What's up, guys? Dr. Ryan here. This is your 5 Minutes of Fire. We just did our stress workshop last night in the office. And one of the most powerful things that we went through is that, we all get focused on the things that happen to us in life. We get focused on our circumstances, and our situation, and our environment. And it's really easy, and I'm guilty of this too, but it's really easy to have a victim mindset. Or this mindset that you are what you are, you feel what you feel, you think what you think, you have what you have, based on the world around you. And the reality is that that's just not true. Last night at a workshop, I brought up Viktor Frankl, who was a psychiatrist who also was put in a Nazi concentration camp in World War II, and he spent years there, and he made it out. And not only did he make it out, but he went on to write one of the most powerful books that I've personally ever read. I'd easily say it's in my top 5 all-time reads, and I think it's a book that everybody on the planet should read, and it's called Man's Search for Meaning. And in there he said that between stimulus and reaction, there is this space. So when something happens to you, you perceive a threat or you perceive any kind of stimulus, and the time that you react to it, you consciously decide, or maybe even unconsciously react to it, there's this space, and it's in that space that we retain the freedom to decide how we respond to it. It's the only freedom that nobody can ever take away from you. And it's that decision, that moment, and it's being intentional and conscious of the fact that you have this decision to react to your stimulus, no matter what that is. And so, I think for us, it's apparent, because if you've ever been on a mission trip, or you've served the homeless, or you've done whatever in that kind of capacity, I think if you're like me, you've realized, or you've been perplexed at the fact that there are a lot of people out there that you think you're doing a favor for. They end up blessing you because of their happiness, their joy, their certainty, their confidence, their fulfillment in life, even though from the outside looking in, they have way less than you do. And it's just because they've made the choice, the conscious decision to be intentional with what they have, and they've chose to place their value on the things that really matter in life. I went to Honduras a few years ago, and it just really struck me that we've done really pretty well in practice, and by the American standard, I'd say we're doing fairly decent, and definitely compared to the way that the majority of the people live in Honduras, and yet a lot of the people that I went down there to serve and be a blessing for, they rocked my world. They were so much more of a blessing to me because it expanded my consciousness, because they were the ones that had, in some cases, more joy, more fulfillment, more satisfaction from life than I had, even though from the outside looking in, I was the one with all the stuff. And so it's not stuff that makes you happy. It's not your environment that makes you happy. Being put in a Nazi concentration camp didn't determine Viktor Frankl's state of mind or consciousness or happiness or joy or fulfillment. He made a conscious decision to make the most out of it. And so the tip for today is, no matter what you're dealing with, and I'm not justifying evil things that happen to people. I know that there are things that you didn't deserve that happened to you in your life. There's situations, circumstances, actions that were taken against you that aren't your fault, and you would be justified to feel really sorry for yourself or to feel like a victim. However, the thing that nobody can ever take away from you, no matter what happened to you in your past or what's happening to you in your present, the thing that nobody can ever take away is that space where you get to decide on how you respond, how you interpret, process, and manifest, the reaction to whatever it is that you're going through in life. And so, the question that you have to ask yourself is, am I being intentional with my thoughts? Am I thinking about what I'm thinking about? And am I in control of the way that I'm seeing, feeling, perceiving, and deciding what to do with my current circumstances? Because the reality is, you are in control. And if you remain in that victim mindset, remain in that state of just feeling sorry for yourself, it's literally nobody's fault but yours. And I know that's hard to hear. It was hard for me to hear years ago when a coach told me all of this. I thought, what right do you have? You don't know my past. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what happened or how I feel or whatever the case is. And he goes, it doesn't matter, because for every bad situation you've been in, there are 1 million people in the world that have been in way worse, and they've made a decision to make the most out of it and still come out the other end a conqueror and victorious. And the good news is, you can do that too, but you have to be intentional. You have to recognize that you retain the freedom to decide what you do about it, and then you have to take action and actually do that and see it manifest. So hope that helps you today. Go be a conqueror, go crush it.